Good day, everyone. For our lesson today, we are starting with another component in MAPE, which is health. Under the second quarter lesson of health is the topic Prevention of Substance Use and Abuse. Specifically, we will be discussing the 6 classifications of drugs of abuse. Before we proceed to the main lesson, I want to introduce you to these words. These words are the common concepts or the usual words that you will encounter in studying substance use and abuse. First term is drugs. These are any substances or chemicals which, when taken into the body, either through nasal, oral, transdermal, or intravenous way, have psychological, emotional, and behavioral effects on a person. Second term is drugs of abuse. These are drugs commonly abused by users. In the Philippines, the 3 drugs of abuse are shabu, marijuana, and inhalants. Next is drug dependence, which is a cluster of physiological, behavioral, and cognitive phenomena of which variable intensity in which the use of a drug takes on a high priority, thereby creating a strong desire to take the substance. Then we have drug abuse, which is the use of a substance for non-medicinal purposes. Abuse leads to organ damage like brain damage and liver damage, addiction, and troubled behavioral patterns. And lastly, we have drug tolerance, which is the condition of the body to adapt to the effects of substances to the body, thus requiring an even larger amount of the substance to experience the same physiological and mental effect experienced when taking the smaller dosage. Now, let's proceed to the first classification of drugs of abuse. The first one is what we call gateway drugs. But why is it called gateway? Gateway going to where? Let's discover why they are called gateway drugs. So basically, they are called gateway drugs because these are drugs that a non-drug user might try, which can lead him or her to more dangerous drugs. The most common gateway drugs are cigarettes and alcohols, which are readily available in stores but are not allowed to be sold to minors. Second classification is what we call depressants. It is also known as downers because it slows down a person's central nervous system. It relaxes muscles and nerves. Doctors prescribe depressant drugs to help persons to be less angry, less stressed, or less tensed. It also makes patients feel sleepy and lightheaded. Depressants include alcohol, barbiturates, and tranquilizers. Third type is stimulants. If depressants are known as downers, stimulants are known as uppers or speeders. It has the opposite effect of depressants because these drugs speed up a person's central nervous system. A person can stay awake for longer periods under its influence. The most common example is caffeine, which is found in soft drinks, energy drinks, coffee, tea, and chocolate. But it doesn't necessarily mean that if you drink coffee, soft drinks, or eat chocolate, you will be addicted. That's why you should drink and eat these foods in moderation. Some illegal stimulants are cocaine, nicotine, and methamphetamine or shabu, and ecstasy. Moving on, the fourth kind is called narcotics. Narcotic drugs are known as painkillers because it relieves pain and induces sleepiness. They are given to patients with mental disorders and those in severe pain, but only in moderation and if necessary, because too much and wrong use of these drugs may cause body organ failures. Some illegal narcotic drugs are heroin and marijuana, which if taken wrong may cause overdose, leading to coma and death. Next, the fifth classification is what we call hallucinogens. The name hallucinogens came from the word hallucination, which means to see illusions or things that are not real. These are drugs which distorts reality and facts. It affects all senses and makes a user see, hear, and feel things that don't exist and are not real. Long-term use may cause psychosis, which is a mental disorder in which reality is twisted. Some examples are lysergic acid diethylamide or LSD, psilocybin, mescaline, and what we call magic mushroom. And the last classification is called inhalants. From the word inhale, which means to breathe in, these drugs are taken in a nasal way. These are found in ordinary household chemical products such as acetone, rugby, spray paints, cleaning fluids, and air conditioner fluid or freon. Continuous use and abuse leads to delusion, brain damage, liver damage, coma, and death. So those are the 6 classifications of drugs of abuse. So just to summarize our topic, here are the things that you should remember. Drugs of abuse are classified according to their effect on the body. Gateway drugs, depressants, stimulants, hallucinogens, narcotics, and inhalants. Here are some facts about drug scenario in our country. Commonly abused drugs in the Philippines are shabu, marijuana, and inhalants. Filipino males are most vulnerable in experimenting and abusing drugs. Prescribed medicine to treat a medical condition can lead to substance abuse or addiction if not taken in the right way. Most people who are treated for substance use disorder need to stay in treatment for at least 3 months.